Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do the beer stuff here. A little bit of Evergrain up in this piece in the form of their Violent Green Triple Dry Hopped IPA. Banging can art, as is usual when it comes to Evergrain. You have kind of like the Statue of Liberty-esque kind of statue stabbing a Minotaur, I think it would be. But very cool art. This is IPA coming at 6.6% alcohol by volume. Established 2016 Evergreen, not this beer. We don't know how old the beer is because they don't date their cans. Like, it's just whatever. But I think I might have looked at their Instagram, and I think I saw this as about 2 to 3 months old. But if you don't date your cans, we assume that is going to be top-notch, fresh, and proper drinking forever and ever. That's what you're saying when you don't date your cans. So we're going to treat this as if this is 1 day old. So yeah, like I said, awesome label art. We'll see what's what. This did come off a warm shelf too, but I've actually gotten a couple Evergreens off warm shelves and haven't been that bad. So I'm just kind of curious to see what we got. I mean, it looks all the part of a really nice hazy. We're talking about a triple dry hopped, 6.6%. Usually when breweries kind of talk about double or triple dry hopped, they tend to leave those for quite a bit higher ABV beers. That's why this one kind of what's the word? Tickled my fancy, if you will. And it definitely looks the part. Has this nice kind of golden, softish orange glow to it. Index finger, super fluffy, creamy kind of head to it. And definitely looks the part of what I want when it comes to relatively low ABV, nice haze. It's not super turbid. It looks like it's going to be drinkable, and it has a nice color to it. So we're off to a good start. Let's get nose. Not too shabby, to be perfectly honest with you. It has this nice kind of soft grain to it. I mean, you're talking about triple dry hop. It's called Violent Green. I expected a bit of violence on this. Not really getting it aromatically, but you're definitely getting a green portion of the show here. Getting a nice soft greeny kind of sub-beaster weedy kind of keefy kind of thing off of this. Even, dare I say, a little bit of soft pine, nothing too crazy. And even, if I'm going to kind of just bring it all together, it's kind of like grassy, which is my kind of thing, like an unkept lawn kind of grassy. Like you're mowing this lawn and you got a little bit of crabgrass, you got a little bit of weeds there, you got a little bit of real grass. It kind of has that grassy thing going for it, which I don't get a ton nowadays. It used to be kind of like a go-to kind of aromatic for me back in the day. But yeah, I mean, kind of insane that you get these kind of things in today's world now that they've kind of cultivated and massaged hops to go pretty much against that kind of green portion show. Hey, it's kind of living up to the green portion, not so much violent, but then we're just talking about aromatics here. Let's dive into taste. Cheers, y'all. I didn't even talk about fruits on the aromatics. I don't know why. I'm so focused on the green. It definitely has this kind of peachy thing, both aromatically and taste-wise. Under-sweetened citrus. It's a soft beer. Again, it's really hard to kind of compartmentalize a lot of times the word violent with something relatively low ABV because you're just not going to get that level of violence. But I dig it. Maybe I'm reading too much in the title of the beer. It's really nice. I'm really curious to see what this drink is fresh, assuming that it is several weeks old, if not three months old. But it's drinking really, really nice. Very, very soft on the palate. Silken, soft creaminess, sultry. 1,000 thread count sheets kind of softiness. Very, very beautiful mouthfeel, especially at this relatively low ABV. Just makes it drink like a dream. On the fruit side of things, I'm sticking in more of like an apricot, stone fruit, soft unripened citrus kind of thing going on here. There's nothing hyper explosive as far as fruit here, but it's nice. Again, apricot is the word here for me. That's really what I'm leaning into here. Not overly sweet, definitely not even close to being sweet. It tastes like a relatively fully attenuated beer with a touch of sweetness left behind to help balance off what bittering it has, which isn't that big. but it's enough that they play together very, very nicely. And the star of the show here is the green. Again, take that word violent, put that in your pocket, and talk about green. That's where this comes in, as that unkept lawny greeniness that I talked about on the aromatics definitely follows through in a taste. A little bit of kind of just a crappy lawn, not a bad lawn. Just not a super hyper cultivated lawn like you see on like crazy mansions and stuff like that. You got a little bit of several species of grass and a little bit of weeds here and there, that kind of thing floating around. And then when you're riding your mower, you get that kind of whiff of that green. That's the kind of green I'm getting in here, and I dig that. Like I said, that is not really a aromatic nor a taste that you get a lot in today's beer. Something I used to call it a lot in my beer reviews, and I don't think it's a matter of my palate changing or evolving or whatever. I really think it has to do with brewers and what they want to produce, and then also hops being massaged and cultivated and modified in a non-weird kind of way, because they're just doing it kind of like the way they clone and merge weed. They do that with hops to get those traits out of hops, but you're still getting it in here. Infinitely curious how this beer drank. Hyper fresh. Like I said, we're filming this on the 27th of April. I want to say this came out in January, February of 2024. I could be wrong. But again, like I said, all we can do when we get beers from breweries that flat out refuse, because there's no way they could do easily decants, flat out refuse decants, we judge them as exactly how they should be, forever and ever and ever. Like, to set on the shelf for 10 years, I drank this, and it's super just oxidized hot garbage, which it would be at that point. I would assume that's what the beer would be like fresh, because that's what they're telling you without putting dates on the cans. You do you. But yeah, so yeah, I dig this. I'm glad I got it. I'm not going to sit here and get all kind of hot and bothered about the date, because it works for me. And honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. This is probably the second or third Evergrain beer I've been a little bit like, I think this might have a little bit of age on it. I'm going to get it anyway. And they've all really kind of come through, which is just a testament to their shelf stability, I believe. Again, pulling off a warm shelf too. Yeah, I like this brewery. I've been to it several times. My brother lives in Carlisle, not far away from there, located by the Harrisburg area. I think there might be actually Mechanicsburg, right? Camp Hill, 601. And my pops used to live out there, so I've had my fair share. But it's nice to get them relatively close to where I live. And yeah, I'm digging on this. Just want to try it fresh. That would have been nice. Anyway, so let's talk about it. Is it one of the better IPAs? Because it's 6.6 and the low ABVs I've had as late. Yes, Mount Rushmore status? No, but it's definitely worthy of being in the conversation. It's one of the better green forward beers that I've had as of late. Yes. Still kind of out of that Mount Rushmore realm, but much, much closer to the top. I dig that weed, grassy, aromatic, and taste that you don't get in today's beer, and it's cool that they actually still exist. So kudos to them for that. Value and availability, I want to say it was like sub $15-14 for a 4-pack. I'm always game for that. And leave you with, if you like what we like this beer, if you like that old school green, again, we're not getting scallions, we're not getting onion, we're not getting garlic, but you like that unkept lawn kind of thing that I talked about back in the day ad nauseum, that is kind of few and far between nowadays, you'll dig this. So there you go. Reviewing the books. Hopefully you enjoyed. Evergrain, have you been to the brewery? Have you had their beers? Have you had this beer? Let's talk about it down there. So hopefully you enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of green beer right now. Hope to see you next time. Cheers, y'all.